We're live. It worked.
Magic.
Hello, everyone. I am your host for The Joy of Business. What if business is the adventure of living? My name is Rachael Brien, and I'm your host for today. And with me is, for me, she's someone extremely special. And not to say that as, an exclusion, but someone who is creating in the world what I would like to see in business. And welcome, Kalpana Raghuraman.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
Hello. So we called this What If Business is the Adventure of Living. And to me, that topic like suits you beautifully. I have watched you evolve. How long? Okay, you go where you would like to go
No,
first.
no. Go for it. Go,
How
go, go.
long, how long have you been living the adventure of business, and what changed from doing business from what you have to get and what you have to give to actually enjoying it?
Wow. That's quite a question. I would say that it's been a mix of both.
Mm.
I've been dancing kind of all of my life and performing and teaching and learning dance and creating performances before I became an access facilitator. And that was business. And I didn't realize, right? I thought, no,
Yeah.
no, no, I'm an artist. But I was engaging, I was creating so many energies in the world. I was making money, I was all of that. So that has always been there. And then there is all the transactional stuff and all the do's and don'ts and shoulds and shouldn'ts that get mixed up in that, I would say, spark that you have where there is no stories or no references, and then it gets like corrupted, right? And so there was, so that mix has been there. And with access, it's been like, oh, those things are not mine, those are not real. Shush, 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 shush. And that gets like exponentialized. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. And when you say disrupted, just for people that may not have been exposed to joy business, what Kalpana is talking about is she has this natural flow, this natural ability for creation. And what disrupts it, I guess, is the structure. Yeah. And yeah.
Mental stuff like, oh wait, I should have a website, or oh, I didn't study for this but people are showing up, or whatever that is, right? All these mental things that you don't know if you would actually just allow that spark, and if you would allow that inspiration, and if you allow those ideas and that expression actually to come out into the world.
Mm. And so, you know what I'd love you to talk about, and I'm deeply interested in this as well. So I've got like some self-serving here.
All good.
I'd love to for you maybe to give us an insight into your world of generation. I mean, just for people watching, Kalpana is not only a 3-day body class facilitator, which is the facilitation of bodies to actually receive and have ease in having a body. You're also now a choice for possibilities facilitator, and which is an advanced class in access consciousness and an advanced body class facilitator. And so from being an artist, doing choreography and teaching, and then adding all these extra strings to your bow, if you like, what's your generative process like, or what's your creative process like?
I would say that it's really everything. So if I look at how I create, how I get to, let's say, ideas to performances, that's exactly how I also created my access business. It's like whatever is pinging, what is showing up, what is speaking to me, I will engage with that, and I will ask questions, and that will show me, oh, this wants to be a class. Oh, this is a really cool topic for a performance. Oh. So it's really that engagement with literally everything around me all the time.
So you've just actually talked about one of the main philosophies of joy business, which is business done from receiving.
Not from mental masturbation.
Yeah. And business done from receiving is utilizing your awareness and your natural abilities to actually generate your business. And it's so beautiful, isn't it? It's
It's
so
amazing.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what is it that you love about joy business?
What I love about the joy of business is that it's exactly the title of this of this conversation. What if business is the adventure of living? Because joy of business energy shows us that we are all having that capacity of that expression through our unique energies. Like we express so much, each one of us, and we put that out into the world. But then we've learned that it should fit a structure, like you said, or it should look like this. And joy of business is like, no, you, the joy, the being, that, and that's living. And we think that business and living are two separate things, but they are so connected and intertwined.
Totally. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so thank you for talking about this, because most people that I meet, and I'm sure it's the same for you, have a disruption. I'm going to say like they have a disruption in being when it comes to the, the bringing of business and finances. And so thank you so much for talking about this. And seeing as you're a 3-day body facilitator and an advanced body facilitator, one of the main differences that I see about joy business is inclusion of the body and how your body is connected to everything. Would you like to, like, you're so experienced in this, would you like to talk about your perspective on this?
So experienced. Thank you.
You
Well,
are.
I mean, I honestly have been working and being engaging with bodies so much since I was a child. So I would say yes. And what I would say is that we make often business a mental activity. And if you look at business as the adventure of living, then already that the body can be included. Body knows so much and has so much to offer us. And if you start to include your body as a gift and a contribution to everything, that's when living really starts. And that's where business can be more than just making money to pay the bills or doing something from 9 to 5 so that you're not bored sitting at home with your husband. It's like, it's where it's this energy that just actually gives and feeds and creates and nourishes in all different ways.
Yeah, yeah, that's so beautiful. I really love that. It really is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that oh, I know what I wanted to ask you. You talked about engagement earlier,
Yeah.
so, and you brought it in the part when you talked about your body gifting. What is engagement for you? Because it's a word that we use in Access, and I guess some people will call it like talking to people, or you have a very specific way of engaging with people. Do you want to talk about what is engagement to you and how that works for you?
Yeah. It's interesting when you ask that. Engagement for me is, it's going to sound so weird, but it's literally where you have like the meeting of universes of people. Like each person has, each one of you who are now or later watching, you have a whole universe of you have experienced stuff, you have learned stuff, things, all that, right? It's just like you go. I'm going to use performance as a reference. You see a theater piece, and there are people. Even if you never go to theater, just imagine you see a lot of people on a square. Now, each person with their background will imagine. Some people will be like, "Oh, marketplace." Some people with their own experience will be like, "Oh, Arabian Spring." Some people will be like, oh, demonstration for me too. Like everybody will project something, but it's not a projection. They're just like, that is their universe and that's how they receive that. Right? So if you can perceive that when you engage, it's not like me and you, it's
Yeah.
that all of that playing. And it's like, I see really like this dance of all those things. And that's engagement. So that's also where you have the past and the present and the future. So when I make a performance, for example, we from my dance company, Kalpana Arts, we sell our performances to theaters that then choose it or not and then book it, right? And we haven't even made the performance. So the topic of the performance is already there a year before it comes out into the theaters.
Yeah.
That is me having to engage with the future to know
Yes.
what I want to speak about when I'm in the studio, like 10 months from when I'm selling it, right? Or 15 months from when I'm selling it. So
Yeah.
this is engagement where you start to then you're like, oh, that or this. And then that is that engagement. That's that flowing of energies and listening. And listening is not just the ears, like listening with in all ways.
And also receiving what people require and what is going to invite them to that more joyful future. Yeah. You've talked about the future a lot. And how do you see joy business as part of that future that you would like to have?
I mean, I would say that joy of business has been changing the future. Like it has been changing, like, you're a beautiful example, Rachel, what you're bringing into the world with joy of business and all that you're being and doing, the activities, but also the energy you be. And for me, it's like there is something else available with businesses, with creation of money, with how we, whatever it is that you want to do as a living and like bring into the world. It can be you're a gardener, it can be a hairdresser, it doesn't matter at all what that is, right? And the tools are so powerful, so effective for anybody and everybody. So I see the future is here. We've been working and creating so many things, and it's beautiful to see what's changing and what's showing up in all kinds of ways. So I see that just only getting more and more exponentialized or in the future. Yeah.
And stronger.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? We change all the time. So now I'm going to ask Kalpana, in this 10 seconds, what's your favorite business tool?
Gosh. Oh man. Whoa.
A few too.
There's so many. Actually, really, I don't even know if it's a tool, but like what's popping now is like actually when you start to see that your business has its own desires,
Yeah,
that like when you're not like I'm doing this, it's like no, wait a minute, like you can, but like what is the business asking from you?
totally.
Receiving that and willing to follow that and let that business lead you instead of your mind having to control everything and do it.
And has that always worked for you?
Whenever I'm smart enough to do that, it has.
I know when I don't, it doesn't work.
Exactly, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And to finish today,
Yeah.
you have a sense of relaxation and peace with the creation of business that I have witnessed very few people in the world. I would say it's one of your superpowers. It really is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you attribute to that, or how did you develop that, or was it something that you had naturally?
I definitely develop like it's been a nurturing of trusting myself,
Yeah.
like really that muscle that is like not at all trained by society in this world,
No,
um
I do
I would
know.
say, yeah, it's not right, we're not at all. And so that is what that place for me with peace and relaxation, and then you have peace and relaxation so you can have more trusting, and then you have more trusting. So that is really what I would say. And it is a constant choosing. It's not like I have arrived, I am there. It's constantly there. Also,
I'm glad it's not I am arrived.
yeah,
I am
you'd
there
be bored.
because we'd be bored. Like we love growing and changing and, changing direction. And so I just want to thank you for, being a joy business facilitator. And have you business done different classes scheduled this year, or is there anything
I
on the
I
books?
actually do. I just it's funny that you're asking. Actually, I do. I have one in March on the 10th, 11th, and 12th of March. So if you guys want to
Mhm.
join me online, it's going to be
Yeah.
phenomenal and amazing. This amazing energy of joy of business and business done different is such an invitation to you, you.
Yeah. You to
Yeah,
have what's true for you in regard to creation of business, money, using your talents, your abilities, developing. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
Like joy of business, like how much more fun can you allow? Because a lot of times that's one of the things I loved when I first in my first business and different class. I was like, joy and business, how the what, we make it such a serious affair and we kill what actually will bring the juju fun. That the juice gets killed because we're supposed to be serious. And the joy of business seems like impossible, but it's actually exactly that joy that is you. That is something.
Yeah,
Please choose that and allow
yeah,
that.
that and allow that. I was just about to say, because it's the one thing that you talked about entrainment earlier. it's the one thing that we're entrained to come away from, you know,
Yeah.
business, serious business, significant. And what we've both seen is once we follow the joy and feed that lightness and that expansion and that playfulness, then everything works.
Exactly.
And
So
there
let's
we go.
go.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being here. And we hope whether you're watching this now or in the future, we can't see the comments, but we hope this is a contribution to you. And what would it take to live in a world where we can have relaxation and peace with business instead of frustration and frantic and stress? That's our target with joy in this. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Bye, Kalpana. See you soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.